Yeah, I know, Mama. I wouldn't sound on Dad because he's a barber. It's just that I know where he's coming from. Mama, a college education is not something that you get just so you can get a better job. No, an education is a tool, Mama. It's a tool you use to help your people.
Hey, man, you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming, man. I'm coming. See, Mama, Dad wants me to play it safe. He wants me to join the system. If I did that, Mama, I'd be turning my back on everything that I believe in.
I guess you're right. We always taught you to stand up for what you believe in.
Say what I had to say, man. People who live in glass houses just ought to be cool, that's all.
If you got something to say, why don't you just come out and say it?
All right, I will. Tell me, man, you got anything against sisters?
Oh, wow. I haven't got anything against sisters. Why?
How come I ain't never seen you uptown with no chicks there?
Yeah, so?
So there's a whole lot of boss sisters out there, man. Can't you find one?
Hey, Gideon, look, I don't know what you're talking about.
You wanna know what I think? I think you're afraid of sisters because you can't deal with them. Yeah, that's right. You the kind of dude who winds up marrying white. You probably got some gray chick on the side right now. What you think about that?
I just think you're one crazy nigga. That's what I think. You run into some dynamite smoke or something? Because if you did, give me some. So I can be crazy like you.
Well, do you?
Do I what?
Do you have a white girlfriend?
Hey, look, man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Booker, why don't you stop playing games, man? Now, you were seen going down to Terry's with a blonde. You were seen at the Boondocks with a blonde.
So I go out with a white girl every now and then. What are you getting so excited about? It's not your business. It's highly personal. I happen to dig a certain quality in a chick, and I haven't met a sister that I could groove with, that's all. Oh, hey, Booker, sisters are some very beautiful people, man. We can't afford to be getting into no negative things with them. How can we build a nation of strong families without them? Tell me anything. Pee on my back. Tell me it's raining. Next thing I know, you be telling me you came up here just to build a strong family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, otherwise I'd have moved out like you did.
Hey, man, who I sleep with is my own personal business.
Oh, no, man, no. Who you sleep with? The first face you see in the morning is very significant, man. That's where you get your energy from. It's your mirror, Booker. That is your mirror. Can you dig it? Now, man, you ought to be getting your black thing together instead of going around sleeping with the enemy, huh?
No, people are people. That white chick ain't nobody's enemy. She's an individual. And a beautiful one at that. But that's not the point. The thing is, it's me. Me. And if you don't understand that, then shame on your black ass.
Oh, man, you got to get out of that me thing. Why don't you wake up? It ain't about yourself, man.
And what are you getting so excited about a girl that you don't even know?
I don't want to see my brother run around being a hypocrite. Now, I mean, if you're into a white thing, then stop talking black. You're confusing people, Booker. Sneaking around. Be a man.
Well, it's a tribute to my leader and teacher, the most revolutionary black man in the history of white America. Shiny bald head, Khalid PPG. Man, I'm so fed up with all the the fags in this world. Love my earth, but polygamous, more than one girl. Wartime got me heated, governments commanded, conquered holy wars. In effect, and George Bush be the sponsor. I'm sick of that. Shine up, me gun, clip that you want. Evils of this world of gods wrote the scripts for that. So maintain the black, keep your mind right. So here, study that. Actual facts, understand that this God man is black. Actual fact, new Black Panther party never whack. Hitting back, bust a cop's ass, son, with a bat. Then after that, spear Jack Hammer to his drafted back. Look him in his eyes, tell him that's what he get for that. I will snatch you, beat you down, kick, bruise, and bat you. I have to break your molecules and regraft you. You snake suit, in your gutter hole, you white spook. Off-duty cop, kicked in the mouth with my boots. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. Building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time they got your targets. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. Building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time take out your target. As I pound the ground, concrete still erupting, you're blazing. I'm still amazing, no interruption, no hesitation to take a house nigga's head. Cause I'm sick of these cooning niggas with them pretty ass dreads. And I'm sick of hearing these songs, every verse is full of lead. And I'm sick of the radio keeping our babies misled. And I'm sick of these faggot niggas come dripping on your face, on your knees for this cracker, can't stay in your own ways. And I'm sick of these happy niggas with these happy meal deals. And these Jewish ass labels don't love you for real. And I'm sick of every rapper claiming he rob and steal. Use a bitch for real, you never dreamed to kill. You live in fancy lust, Black Panthers making bush scoping us. Walking through the path, Harriet, Tubman set for us. Back go through the math, revolution man is a must. We have come to clash everything that's irrelevant. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. Building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time take out your targets. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. Building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time take out your target. As my thoughts maintain to always remain black. Creep the other night, a devil named Jill got jacked. Big time boss man, run to the crossway. You put the steel in his mouth, take his wife and his ends. Kill the hoe at the hotel to spend up all his ends. I used to sleep in the street, so I don't need no fucking friends. All your cracks won't be fitting me, but still be loving your enemy. Residing in stupidity, but for my foes I got no pity. Battling up for dead, doing them and moving out my city. But I've been watching back up for them niggas who want go stick me. Niggas staying stuck, everyone them getting shifty. Got body getting funky, now they call me Mr. Shitty. I'm on the hydro skunk and backwards sweets. Eyes red as fire, now I'm ready to crush your fleets. And Mayday, Mayday, now it's time to kill the beast. A new world order clan, no Dano, no man up from the east. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. I'm building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time, take out your targets. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. I'm building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time, take out your targets. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. I'm building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time, take out your targets. I'm a warrior, trained by Khalid Muhammad. I'm a terrorist, trained by the Black Panther Party revolutionist. I'm building black liberation armies, never hit him. It's the first time, take out your target.
Black power, black power, black power. BB Fahodier. And welcome to another class edition of the Black Survive or Die class session. And supposed to have a special guest. But he's not here. Again. It's 2 times. So, as usual, we're going to continue to roll on. You dig? So, I know it's been a lot of shit going on all across the world. And for those who have not been paying attention, Germany has been doing some testing today. Military tank testing. So Germany's preparing for war. China's preparing for war. Russia is preparing for war. Black people, are we preparing / prepared for war? I'm not concerned with America. I am for the complete destruction and annihilation of America. My concern, as always, the African people of the planet Earth. Whether we agree religiously, politically, none of that matters at this point in time, because our unity is greater than any atomic bomb. Our unity is far more prosperous than just a little couple dollars from the white man. Our unity, Black people, is far greater than even what the white man projects as aliens to us. Greater than that. There is no power greater than the unity of the original man. And when I say original man, I speak of man and woman. The original man. So, our topic tonight, which my chief of staff so elegant put together, urban tactical assault. For the most part, I know there are people watching / listening that has no idea what the word tactical even means, what a tactical assault is. You must know what urban means, right? Okay, so we're talking about, as again, my concern, my people in the hood / urban areas, right? My people / in the suburban areas, or even in the wilderness. We just don't do the desert, and I understand why. But for the most part, our builds are projected to people, Black people in the hood, that you can reach and relate to quickly, okay? You don't have to drive 20, 30 miles to your nearest Black neighbor. Right next door, both sides to you, across the street, all of that. So we're talking about the masses, where the get down is gonna go down, right in your hood. So urban tactical assaults, first of all, we're not even going to get into the assault yet, because we got to get through the processing mentally of what urban tactics are, why we have to use them as African retributionaries, why we have to use urban tactics as opposed to other styles of tactics, because these are the areas that we live in. So certain tactics are based for certain areas, certain terrain, certain climates. You dig? When these crackers are studying to annihilate us, they take all of that into consideration. They're not just worried about their own casualty. They want to make sure everything goes according to plan A. And they don't even want to have to acknowledge that there's a plan B. But whoa, Mr. White. What you have not realized is that these youth are not afraid today. Most of them. These elders pretty much seem afraid today. There he is. All right, all right. So we have to really, really thoroughly plan and delegate. Plan and practice. Plan and practice. Plan, practice, delegate. Plan, practice, delegate. So we're talking about urban tactical assault. But before we do that, I must open up our class with our old day to our flag, and then we're gonna get to the general himself. All right. So walk with me here, family. Here's to the flag of mine, the red, the black, and the green. Hopes in the future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it. Great nations shall know of it in times to come. Red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it. Great flag of mine. Here's to the black of it. 800 million back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it. Oh, flag of mine. Here's to the green of it. Young men shall dream of it. Faces shot and shell for it. Maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it. Colors bright and pole of it. Pleased is my heart with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thank God for giving it. Great flag of mine. We say Ashe and a strong Abibi for Hodie. There he is. Warrior salute, comrade.
Peace.
General Steele.
Man, that was awesome. I appreciated that. Woo! I hope everybody listening appreciated that just now. Those are gems for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's great to have you, comrade. And I was getting worried about you.
Yeah, I had
worried about you.
Brooklyn is a lot of interesting things going on in Brooklyn right now, and we got to be, our feet got to be on the ground, like you were talking about prior, and I'm just grateful that I can be on the platform that we can build, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. We're grateful to have you, comrade. Grateful that you're here.
Yes.
Finally. And, so let's get down to it, shall we?
Where you want to start at?
Okay, so this is pretty much a Black survival class. And in this class, we get down into the tactics and strategies of guerrilla warfare and prepping and survival strategies, urban and wilderness and suburban and all of that good stuff. So I've been listening to your latest project.
Yeah.
And man, I must say, I think you should have went there a long time ago.
Yeah.
Even though I know what goes on in the industry as an artist.
Yeah.
So with that being said, acknowledging the lyrics on your new project, acknowledging the scenery in some of the new videos.
Right.
What has General Steele been doing as far as survival training, prepping, and getting ready for what's really about to turn America out?
Well, I've been just building a regimen, proper regimen. Your regimen is whatever is comfortable with you. Some people pray, they get up, pray. And some people eat eggs and bacon or eggs and bread or a cheese and wine. Whatever your preference is, however you build your regimen, sticking to like a regimen that will benefit first and foremost your your being, your well-being, which is super important, especially eh, living in this modern time of a pandemic. We're living during a pandemic. That's crazy. That's like living during the Black Plague. I mean, that's kind of extreme, but imagine living during something that was killing people. And we have, I mean, I'm not, wow, saying that kind of sounds ignorant, right? Because I could say, damn, AIDS, crack. Let me,
White man.
let me, let
You
me.
dig? I'm with you, comrade. I'm with you. Yes, sir.
Anyway, I just think about the fact that the basics is like just being uh being clean, taking care of yourself. I try to eat well. I eat out just like only when I have to. I like to make my own food. If I can, I like to grow my own food, but I live in New York, so the climate don't allow for that all the time.
Right, right.
I like to buy organic food, or I just like to, eat good. My only vice is Hennessy. I drink Hennessy crazy. I smoke a little bit of marijuanas. Other than that, it's like I work out, exercise. I try to stay away from negativity, but it's just the process. The process to progress, for
True.
me.
So let's talk about your latest project a little bit.
Yeah.
And I want you to be you. You dig on here, man. Be yourself, God. Let loose if you have to. I know sometimes you just be wanting to let it go. I'm gonna tell you, let loose on this motherfucker. You dig? Because we don't pull no punches here. And everybody tell you. You understand? So we gonna go hard and we gonna talk. We gonna build, God. You dig? So what really I mean, outside of the everyday psychological operations and everyday depression, suppression, and oppression, what made General Steele say, hey, let me work on this project right here and make it manifest?
The honestly, it was something that I was thinking about like for a minute, and it's like sometimes for me, honestly, like rap becomes just so mundane and boring. Like people just be just like, it's like a bunch of blah 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 all the time. It's cool sometimes, but it's like, where's the substance,
Absolutely.
And like I think about the things that the things that I was groomed on, like guys like Karis One and Chuck D and Rakim, Kane, Coogee Rap, LL, Ice-T, King T, think about how these guys put certain, just to name a few, because this is, the line, the lineage is crazy. Thinking about how these guys put together stories and bring you into the current events. This is where hip hop has given us. So when I think about doing a project like America's Nightmare, I'm like, yo, I don't want to be this guy who's like, hey, it's the white people don't like us, they don't care about us, black people. Listen, I want to Like we need to have a conversation. Like let's dial it down a little bit, because we can get funky, and we've seen that. You know what I mean? Like we thinking about what's going to happen if Chauvin is innocent. Everybody, the temperature is rising. You know, but we heard that already. You know what I'm saying? And we've been there. We've seen it happen several times.
Time and time again. Right.
You know, so it's like, okay, it's not like, you know, it's not like reinventing the wheel. It's like, yo, black people have been you know, oppressed and treated you know, just treated horribly in their own country for years, you know. And it's just like, it's interesting because I was watching something the other day, and I believe it was like Soul of a Nation or something like that. They was talking about somewhere, I believe Chicago or something. I could be wrong, but they was talking about reparations. You know, giving some people reparations, and they would probably receive like $5,000 like that, like all the, you know, it was cool, you know. But it's like, when I think about reparations, this is my personal opinion, like, you can never pay a person for another person's life. There's no amount of money that you can give a person to say, yo, this is what your son was worth, or this is what your daughter was worth, or this is what your father or your mother or your grandmother. You can never pay a person an amount of money for another person's life. So all of that settlement and all of that stuff, that's cool. Maybe that make people feel good, but it's always going to be these versions where you have to go, yo, how do we repair ourselves? Because part of reparations means repair, right? Repair. So let's get to repairing ourselves. And part of our repairing ourselves, what we do have access to is our creativity. We have access to our what? Our story. Now, we might have came from a place where a lot of us, myself included, signed contracts, and companies own my raps and stuff like that. But I own all my publishing. Let that be known. Me and my PNC Tech Smoky Lot, we own all our publishing. When we sign a deal and we do raps with certain companies, you know, we do business with them, they own the rights to that stuff. We share the rights, but for the most part, they own the rights to that. Now, when we talking about America's nightmare, is when you talk about Sam Cooke, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur, Geronimo Pratt, Huey Newton. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about individuals that stood up and said, we're going to use our voice to talk to the people and make sure they never forget that they are important, they are valuable, and the history that has, you know, as brutal as it may have been at times, teaches us why we are important, because we survived a lot of these things, and our ancestors have taught us certain things. So it's always good to do the knowledge and build and share information and share cultures amongst people, because hip hop has grown tremendously. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm preaching to the choir right now, but I you know,
no, because actually, you know, that we have a lot of listeners, man, who's been, you know, waiting to hear something of substance.
Give thanks
from somebody in the industry that we can relate to. You dig what I'm saying? Because we tired of hearing from these puppet bed winching niggas, man, the Kanye messes, and we tired of them, bro. So our youth our liberators, you know, and let me tell you, most of my following know exactly who General Steele is. So they've been waiting. We've been waiting to hear some substance from somebody of some substance to
Now,
say something to us. God damn, somebody say something.
I think
You understand what I mean?
part of it become your divine wisdom. I think that what's real is that the thing about the culture, as far as like relative to hip hop, is that it becomes like this such a universal language that now you have to have this wider scope. It's not just being at the parliament, you know what I'm saying, where the guards be at. It's like, yo, some people don't even come to the parliament, but you still have to have this open mind during while you building, while you civilizing them on what the culture is. Like everybody is, you know, in relationship to tourists, in relationship to fans that just gonna forever just be taking them buses and riding through the Bronx or coming to Brooklyn and all of that stuff and then going back home. Now we setting the platform for that, you know. And it's like always being a part of these guys, like all of the things that we've always done. Salute Guru, rest in peace. You know, Marky D. Like, yo, we lost a lot of good people, and it's always like, for me, I always think about making sure that not only as far as the hip hop version, it's like the message. And the message is always to inspire individuals to know how great they are and proceed to like kind of strive for something better, whatever your race or religion or creed or color, um sexual preference, or any of them things. Just like it's a lot of things that's involved that will make us turn against each other. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like that's where it's like to divide is to conquer. You know, when I think about America's nightmare, and I go, yo, I'm what America fears. Young, black, educated, ready, willing, prepared. You know what I mean? When I think about that, I think about all my brothers and sisters that's actually right now currently serving in the military. You know, one of my brothers right now, my brother T White, salute his daughter just signed up for the Marines. She's like 2 weeks in on her basic training, you know, and it's been like, it's interesting because you from Brownsville, Brooklyn, and you getting a different kind of basic training. So you go into the Marines now, the Marines, like with all the other stuff, where like we can act like we know what that's like, but you don't know what that's like till you get there, you know. And I'm looking at pictures of my niece, and I'm like, wow, you know, this is elevation right here. So you gotta be willing to soldier up, especially when we dealing with on the plane that we dealing with right now. It's a lot of things that's going on that people gotta be, I guess, quote unquote woke. That's the hashtag, right? Woke, stay woke, uh, you know, all that stuff. But you know, it will do tell. It will do tell in your ways and actions. Like a lot of people gonna be they're gonna fall to the wayside still. But you know what time it is. You gotta do your story, not his story.
All right, all right. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So let me ask this question, God. Uh, what would you say at this point in time with the state that Black people are in? What would you say should be of absolute utmost importance to us as a people over anything else?
That's the question?
Yes, sir.
That is an amazing question. Wow.
I tell you, we go hard here, son.
Listen, I'm gonna take a stab at that one right there. I'm gonna take a stab at that one right there because ultimately, Black people come in all kind of forms. Black people ain't only Black people. They Latino people. They Indian people. You know, you gotta deal with everybody from so many different genres and upbringings. Where they from, how they was groomed, and then you have to have this universal language. Now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, this universal language is hip hop, right? So perhaps through hip hop, we can create some type of I don't know. To say to make a song would be belittling this whole, just defeat the purpose. It has to be iller than that. It almost makes me think of like Tupac when he said one nation, right? When he said one nation, to be able to be connected with all artists, all genres, and just making music. Hip hop is a international language. Hip hop is the only language that um uses all other languages. Hip hop is the only genre of music that uses all other genres of music. Hip hop has totally embraced music as a whole, the frequency of communicating with people. I think that ultimately, if we're able to have a forum through whatever it be, through music, through poetry, through just speaking, through not speaking, however we use our ability to communicate, then we will be able to get our things together. And I see a lot of work that's being done in a lot of different fields. People, you know, especially now during this crazy COVID crawl, where people are kind of like pressured to be more creative. You don't get those extra kudos because you just rock with these people. These people is like, all right, what's this person really about? So now you got to get into the mode. So I'm thinking like, platforms like this, for example, where people are able to go, yo, who are you? How can we communicate to share information? We could talk about some real stories. We could talk about some of these books on the wall. We could talk about my bro Sean Price. You might not know him. You guys might not know him. You got this guy right here. But that's how we begin to, I guess, get to the next level. And this is just merely my vantage point. And I think that a lot of people, are silent. Now we live in an era where the fans are stars themselves. So I think that all of us can shine together and we can have this dope communication where we can see where we can travel to the next level, you know, instead of the separation.
So let's talk Sean Price.
Let's talk Sean Price.
Definitely must talk about Sean Price. Your thoughts, your feelings.
My thoughts, my feeling on Sean Price.
Yes.
Wow. Sean is Sean Price. That's my brother. Start there. Incredible human. He is, to me, in my opinion, the realest boot camp member, the most honest person you ever want to meet in your life. If you're on your squad, then you want a good squad. Not always easy to deal with. No, but who is? I learned a lot from that guy. We've been through some crazy things. We argue a lot. We broke bread, you know, walked through the streets of Brownsville. Incredible genius, asset, and his legacy lives on through the greatness that he has blessed the hip hop culture with.
He definitely left a heavy footprint.
Yeah.
In the concrete of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In a very funny way, he's almost, it's like, I could say he's definitely the funniest of boot camp.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. He's the funniest, and then probably like Buckshot following him. Like him and Buckshot used to, we'd be like on a boot camp tour, and these guys would start doing the honeymooners skits. Like these knew the whole honeymooners every episode, bro. You feel me? Like, no lie, they would know every episode, and they would start doing grandma's, and they would just start dying laughing, like whether we liked it or not. Just the fact that they was Buck and the Ucks, I call them the Ucks.
Right.
Buck and Ruck, like they just doing like, you know, because we all grew up off of Art Carney and all of that. Not all of us, like, you know, the old cats, like the dinosaurs and stuff. But just to see these guys just have fun, you know, like, and to me, it's like, it's not only like having fun, it's the genius of acknowledging other genius, you know, like they saw that. And we grew up off of that. We was watching that on the black and white 13-inch TV, some of us, you know, and it's like to the point where we see these artists or these actors and these actresses bringing us into their realm, you know. Sean Price was able to do stuff like that. Buckshot able to do stuff like that, you know. My PNC Tech, Smokey Lie, OGC, these brothers, we train each other to make sure that we don't forget the stories that we are part of, and try to in some form of fashion encapsulate that in our stories when we put it through music and stuff like that. You know, sometimes it just becomes like, this is why like somebody asked me the other day, like, yo, spit a freestyle. I'm like, that one right there, I'm not good at freestyle. Like, I'm a writer. I like to take my time, I pen my words. And like in the 90s, you couldn't say that. You probably get beat up.
Right. Right.
Yo, I ain't freestyling. You right? Yo, get this nigga out of here, man. He a writer. Fuck out of I'd have been murdered. I feel like I put in enough work to get like, yo, son, lie, because it's respect to the ones that really do that, because it's some brothers and sisters out here that really get busy with that right off the top of the head, and one of my brothers from long time, from the Sandbox, my man Supernatural, he's one of those guys that get busy. It's a few, man. Ain't gonna start dropping names like that, but we have to pay attention to how we presenting ourselves and how we communicating in the coaching. I think that will help us bridge the gap, especially when you talk about the people who maybe not know the oldest artists and between the younger artists and the older artists, and just having a gap within hip hop that doesn't remain, that's not empowering in like pop music or R&B music and stuff like that. Like, knowing the history, I think it's important to keep these lanes connected. Mm-hmm.
What would you say to these young rappers? I'll just give them that for conversational speaking. What would you say to them?
You had to usher that one out. Like, this,
yeah.
Man.
So, man. What would you say to these young cats, man, and in the mindset that they're in, and where we are today, and the state of hip hop, where it is? You know what I'm saying? Coming from, I'm from first Sugar Hill Gang era.
Word up.
You dig?
Word up.
So and further back. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So, which I know a lot of these new booty rappers have no clue of who Melly Mel might even be. You understand what I'm saying? Man, I mean, we could just,
if you don't know who Melly Mel, that's blasphemy. Word up.
Man, and believe it or not, some of these cats really don't.
Yeah.
They had no idea who Prince Marky D is. You understand what I'm saying? So what would you say to them in this state, in this state of mind that they're in hip hop?
I would say first and foremost, do the history of any industry that you want to be a part of. Be careful going into an industry or a position, a job position where you're getting paid to use your likeness. You're pretty much getting cloned, for lack of a better term. And if you are cool with that, for whatever amount of money, hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully everybody pays a toll. But prior to that, I would say, or should I say, however, I would say this: live your best life. Be creative as you can be. And make sure you leave some legacy of substance. If you think about music has always allowed us to bridge the gap between language and religion, and class, creed. It has brought a lot of people together. It's been said that music calms a savage beast. I don't believe that we are savage beasts. Some of us can have that tendency to become such, but I think that within our hearts we want to communicate, and I think hip hop is an incredible vehicle to allow us to do that. Sometimes we have these different levels of hip hop. It's a lot of different kinds of hip hop. We might not like everything. Sign up for what you like, promote what you like, do what you do. Don't be afraid to be different. Create what you feel like you want to create. Please do not try to be like nobody. If you cannot live that life, do not do it. I stress that. We say don't fake the funk. All right? You get caught up in the wrong trunk. It's real out here, especially now. You lose more than a limb outside. But I would say if you can feed the people and you can help your community, express that. If you are creative in any form of facet, express that. And, give thanks and praise always to the Most High. You know what I mean? That's what I give to the population, man, to you young people out there, young brothers and sisters, all you brothers and sisters out there that strive to,
All right, all right. Well, God, we definitely appreciate having you. Boots on the ground. Salute. And
salute.
welcome back.
Peace,
Definitely welcome back.
I appreciate having this build with you. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to build with you and talk to the people out there too, God.
No doubt, God. No doubt. No doubt. So keep banging that fire.
Yes, sir.
Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And give the brothers my warrior love and warrior salute.
You already. Power to the people.
Right.
Power to the people. Keep
like
your
power
up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Power up. Salute, brother.
Salute, comrade. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace. All right, Black family. There we have it. I build with General Steele, Smith & Wesson. And great bill. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in, just giving us a little bit of your time. I know y'all could be out there cooning and buffooning, and stenching and bed winching, you dig? But instead, you're right here on the Black Survival class. And I definitely we humbly thank you and appreciate you for tuning in. So, boom, if y'all can kindly do so, read the bottom of the screen, and we can definitely use some donations to keep this class running, keep the gear coming, keep the moments of outdoor training. You know what I'm saying? We can keep it coming even more, but we can't do it with just a bunch of this. You heard? So we need a couple dollars from you. 1, 2, 25 cents, 10 cents, whatever you can send to help us help you will be greatly appreciated. Thank you, and tune in next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got another surprise for y'all. Got another surprise. So stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. And once again, we made history. We made our story. You dig? We made our story. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now get your asses out there and train. Train, train, train. Power.
Classic Tone Production.
Sitting in the darkness, thinking like a marksman. So cold as ice, fine nigga where your heart went. I'm bigger than this apartment, I'm bigger than this building. I'm trying to make $1 million, one better for my children, one better for my moms, a lot more for my grams. I'm an uncrowned king, still trying to be a man. Y'all wouldn't understand how I'm living off the land or the supply and demand, trying to get all I can. I'm a rebel to America, fell in love with Erica. Fuck what you heard, nigga, listen what I'm telling you. Every day a kid gets murdered in the hood, but now when the birds they getting murdered over hoods. We don't rep Rack City, we rack in every city. If you rack, nigga, hit me, come out and rack with me. I'm trying to catch 50 in a 400 mil. Tell Lighty I'm back and I'm looking for a deal. For life is for real. Outlaw, rebel to America, banging on the system. Won't be a victim, I'ma hit 'em up, bang 'em in the neck, in the gut, and I won't stop banging till the coffin shut. I'm an outlaw, rebel to America, banging on the system. Won't be a victim, I'ma hit 'em up, bang 'em in the neck, in the gut, and I won't stop banging till the coffin shut. I'm into it, every step I take is so intimate. Walking like a man, I ain't limping or pimping shit. How much would I give for this? And I'm looking for the bullets that fit into the clip for this. Watch who you do business with, cause ain't nobody a man or your fan when that fan hits shit. We tryna blow like handkerchiefs, tryna blow like the girl on your mirror, your man to sniff. There's a global demand for this. Spanish kid, revolutionary but gangster shit. You could read the game in his cancer if you study the manuscript of who the young lords of Black Panther was. I'm an outlaw, rebel to America, banging on the system, won't be a victim. I'ma hit 'em up, bang 'em in the neck, in the gut, and I won't stop banging till the coffin shut. I'm an outlaw, rebel to America, banging on the system, won't be a victim. I'ma hit 'em up, bang 'em in the neck, in the gut, and I won't stop banging till the coffin shut.
Omi tutu, lona tutu, tutu nini, tutu la roba, tutu ifalola, tutu ai bungu, tutu echu, tutu ala wei koko i fabi. Ibayen tunu, que te embelece ni los domare. Bobo awo i alocha oloricha, bobo bure mo alaña, bobo apetevi, bobo mo kekere, bobo aleyo que kowaile.
Boy head, the shot is flying out the body guy like that. 2 shots dead to him chin. Enemy a friend, fake the funk, I put the junk to an end. Now who the rude boy want come test dog? I find his family, the ID, him in the mall. I bet you never thought I bust sled. Surprise, I'm a 4-5 blood head, just like you try to test the champion sound. You're getting bucked down. Recognize the boot camp, click out of Bucktown. Gun thirsty little bastard, always blasted from the sacks of chocolate of Mother Gaston. You say you're #1 wicked selector. I say you Panani and I wet ya. Keep the ball for a pull this your trigger, cause you don't wanna test me when I'm tipsy off the liquor like the punk they call McGirt. Got his feelings hurt, showed his true colors, had to yank up his skirt. Now he's in misery, trying to cop a plea. Led to him head from gun clapper #3, see. Lick off a shot, you know dick rider. Lick a shot, put on and up on fire. Now everybody wanna be Don Gaga, and all around New York niggas be talking, but we be stalking. In the darks when the gun starts barking, but in the day be wary of where you be walking. Don't you ever mention about you want to the champion song. Leave it to the people them, cause you know that when time the people them come out with them a ball for. Live! Me nah sex me rough like the wicked youth in me. That motherfucker that be bugging off the truth we see. Original criminal running time, crime pays. That's what I practice, so act if you won't get blasted by my 9 shot. Come around my block, find a nice spot in the pine box. Murderer, body boy killer, colon power filler. We bout to get illa. Song boy, ain't got enough reason to worry. Coming with my troops, we about to bury. Better pack your dubs and move in a hurry. Ease off, son. Looking at my pager, it's about that time to load up the 9 and do my daily crime. Warriors, conquerors, the man before ya. Mr. Ripper, aka the enemy killer. My man with the weed is my man indeed. And all you sucky ducky niggas catch knots with speed.
Talking about you also. Am I sound you want this? You never know that when it comes to championship, it's we that have the management that correspond with good youth to sing for good crew.
Lord, some boy gonna get dead tonight. Duke as I retrieve the 2-5 from my 10 boots. Target upon sight, trick upon cock. Adjust your pupils to see a dead boy walk. Enough pussy all gonna die this year. Here comes the boot camp, slide it to the rear.
Strain coming like a hurricane, licking shots. More untouchable than niggas with the chicken pox. So MCs get lifted when I'm splifted. Nigga, guard your grill, cause Louisville packs the biscuit. Intercession, Smith & Wesson, OGC. Gun clapper #1 with my nigga D.O.G.
We bring the realness, feel this, boom, it's Black Moon, reveal this. We come to let you know what the deal is. Straight up, we serve justice. So if you can't be trusted, may you return where the dust is.
Yeah, there's many songs that going around and going on and going like a clown, but I'm telling you, clean up your work and come to the livestock, cause you are dead stuck from morning and now is evening, everything's changed.